Hey coaches, I am really excited because I just created this business action tracker for us. And the purpose of this tracker is to get some measurable tasks done every single day, every single week. So that way, when it's done consistently over time, we can all start seeing more results in our business because that's what we all want, right? If you're here and you're here to work, we want to grow our businesses. There might be some people watching this that, like, I give this to you and you're like, all right, great, boxes. I love checking boxes. That's me. And you just go do it, right? Some of you like want to see your face up on that Success Club recognition board every single month. You're here because you really like want to rank advance right now. You want to earn that, like, I don't know, diamond retreat that we go on every single year. Whatever it is, maybe you're the person that you are looking for a bigger purpose and you just want more community, and you want to work on these activities because you want to grow, this income for your family. You owe it to your family, right? And maybe you're also the person that wants to feel like you're not alone, right? And that we're all doing this together. And I guarantee you 100% you are not alone if you're that person too. I'm kind of all these people. I love doing this, business with you guys. And one of my goals this year is to really, really help the team do the things, right? Do the things that, again, like I said, done consistently over time is going to help all of us, right, grow our businesses. So I put together this tracker in hopes that every single week, we individually can work on it and we can celebrate each other, right? Because I'm a firm believer in what gets celebrated gets repeated, and not just celebrating results, right? Celebrating all of us taking actions to, in our own life, right? Because we know that this business, the foundation of it is to take action in our own life to live our healthiest life, and we want to impact others, right, to do the same. So like I said, I created this because I really do believe what gets measured can be improved. What this is not something to be penalized for. You will never get penalized for this. You are the CEO, the owner of your business. This is not to penalize you, to say like, hey, like Jackie, didn't post today on social media, hey, like, Jen, did you read your personal development that day? No. See, that's why things are not working. No, that is not what this is. And if you do some of the things and not all of the things, like, that's okay. I want you to be super honest, because what's going to happen is in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months from now, right? You can go back to your tracker and you can look at you. Well, in 6 months from now, you can look at the results in your business, whether it's grown a little, or more, or a lot, right? And you can go back to your tracker and you start to see a trend, right, in the actions that you started to do, right? And you can start to correlate it with the results you're starting to see, right, within the growth of your business, right? And I've implemented a few things to my daily routine that I'm really excited for you guys to start implementing, because I really think that we to I really think that we need to I don't want to use the word balance, right? I want to use the word harmony, right? Because I just don't want what we do to be only about the hustle, because when that happens, we get burnt out, right? So I've implemented a few things that you won't see on the standard, like Beachbody. BAT, business activity tracker, right, that you'll find in your Coach Online office. I've kind of like just narrowed it down to things that I think are like just the nitty gritty, right? So first things first, right? Every weekend, like I said, what's the foundation of our business is our personal journey. So every weekend, or whatever time that you set aside for you to do your own meal planning and prepping and the grocery shopping, right? That's something that you should be saying, that's easy. Like, that should be like, that's non-negotiable. That's an easy check off the list, right? Also, once a week, you should be checking in with your clients, right? And recognizing them for what they have been doing all week long, if they're tracking in their bod group. I've also created a challenger, right, tracker, very similar to this that you can check out in the team page in the file section if you want to implement that with your own challengers. So that way you have something to recognize them for. Because again, if you want to help your clients and your challengers get results in their own fitness journey and nutrition and fitness journey, then having them track, right, all the actions that they're doing and then recognizing them for the actions, right? When you celebrate them, it's more likely that they are going to, you know, repeat those actions when we celebrate them, right? For the work that they're doing every single day, not just the 100 pounds that they're going to lose in a year from now, right? So checking in with your, checking in and recognizing, your clients. And then once a week, every Sunday, there'll be a post that goes up in the team page, and it'll say, like, for the week of whatever dates, post, take a screenshot or a picture of your business action tracker, drop it in the comments, and then it'll be due every Sunday, and then that following week we'll recognize the work that everyone did for the previous week. So let's talk about growth, right? I feel like before anyone sets out in hustle mode, we got to do a few things, right? We got to say a prayer over our day, whether you believe in God or you talk to the universe, whatever faith that you have. I believe everyone has that faith in some sort of higher power. Just say a prayer over your day, and you have to. I would be lying to you if I said I've always done this. In 5 years into my coaching journey, I never looked at my goals every single day. And something I was really intentional about this year is not just writing down the goals that I want to achieve, but I wrote down the what the goals are, I wrote down the why, and I wrote down the how. So what can that look like for you, right? The what goals can look like goals you want to hit with your health and fitness journey, like you want to lose 10 pounds in your business, growth. It can look like, you want to make $100 a week. Like, be very, very specific. If you want to take a vacation and you want to use your Beachbody money to pay for that, like, be very specific where you want to go, how long you want to go for, get very, very detailed. And why. You have to write down why you want them. It could be because you want to create new memories with your family, because you want to make an impact in this world. Whatever it is, get very specific of why you want to achieve these goals. And then how, right? We can throw the goals out on the vision board, we can write them down all day, but if we don't sit down and think about and write down how we're going to get to those goals, it's kind of just like almost like a wish, right? We're just wishing these things to happen, then we don't really like put anything into play of how to achieve them. So like, if you want to make $100 a week, right, then what is your goal of a retail that you want to sell, of challenge packs you want to sell, a success club number that you want to make, right? So like, if you want to make $50 a week, and you're, especially if you're just starting as a new coach, your goal would be to probably sell a challenge pack once a week, right? So in essence, your goal would be like SC8 a month. I would encourage you to push for SC10, right? So then that's the how, right? And I encourage you, and I think it's essential and necessary for you to take your how to another level. Not just that you're going to sell X amount of challenge packs a month, but I want you to get more specific how you're going to actually sell the challenge packs. And one thing of the how on your list could be complete my business action tracker every single day, right? Or double the activities, depending on your goal. I'm going to double my business action tracker every single day, right? Because if you see there's start 5 new brand new conversations with someone, if you want to double your goal, you start 10 new conversations, right? So I hope that helps, like how to get very specific and detailed with your goals, because before you do any work, right, intentional work, and start doing this tracker regularly, you need to look over those every single day, read them every single day. I've been doing it for a couple of weeks now, and I can tell you it has completely like given me a whole new look on things when I'm reading my goals every single day. And then personal development, you have to pick something that you need to hear right now. Like I'm focusing on like leadership type books. Remember, it can always be audio. Whatever works for you. If you need better time management, if you're struggling, something you might be struggling with, if you're struggling with like some anxiety or self-limiting beliefs, right? Confidence, like pick something. And the growth part of this business action tracker is to fill your mind, fill your heart, and that way when you go into the hustle, you're kind of like have that cup full, right? And I will say following your, your Beachbody program is in the hustle, but it's kind of it should be kind of in the growth part of this tracker too, because that is also pouring into your cup. And we all know, if you've been doing this for a little while or longer, that our business will never grow if we're not taking care of ourselves first and growing and evolving. So that's the next thing, in the hustle. The hustle part is to follow your program. That means I put follow your program because that means you're not just doing the workouts, you're following the meal plan, you're drinking Shakeology, you're using your performance line if you use the performance line. And that's what that means. Whatever program you committed to, you committed, like you're all in, right? And then not just committing your not just following your program for that day, right? But you are also checking in your bod group, logging and adding value to the group, showing up for your clients and your challengers or your fellow coaches, commenting, engaging in the group, making, so you could check that off. And then every single day you have this every day of the week. I didn't hold back on this because I think that we need to show up every single day on social media, right? And I know that, there's good days and there's bad days. And, there's a good rule of thumb, like if you're not sure what to post, by the way, in the file section of the Heart of Heroes team page, you can find a week's worth of like post ideas. If you're not quite sure, I can tell you this: if you're committed to your program, posting on social media and you're two things. If you're committed to your program, if you're all in on your program and you're doing your personal development like you should, posting is easy. I can tell you that from personal experience. When I've struggled with posting, I start to like reflect and figure out like kind of where I'm lacking in my personal journey. And I can notice, and life is up and down, there's some things in life that we go through seasons and we go through hardships, and, it is what it is, but still show up the way you are. And if, you're having a really bad day, I wouldn't go out and share like I want you to be authentic. You can say like, today is not my best day, I'm not feeling my best, and go on about your day. You're still living life, right? It doesn't have to be the highlight reel that day, but you can still share like what your life was like that day, but you don't have to you don't have to go so deep, right? Show up somehow, some way on social media. But there is in the file section, a posting schedule idea. Ideally, you want to at least twice a week talk about your fitness journey, and another 2 times a week talk about your coaching journey. Don't skip talking about your coaching journey. Maybe you don't have a story that you can walk away from your job, or you have walked away, or you've made X amount of money. You have to stop and think, why are you here? Why are you a coach? Even it's something as small as it help paid for, the diapers and the Target run, or just a little extra cash so you don't feel guilty about eating out. Like, I don't know what it is. You're the one that has to figure it out, but you decided to become a coach and show up to this video for a reason. So you have to think about what those reasons are, and you have to find your way to share that on social media. um every day, 6 posts in your stories. You always want to share, like, you know uh add value, right? There's, training in Heart of Heroes in the unit section about, more about social media and posting, so I'm not going to go into that here. But we all know we should be sharing, like, a healthy meal and our workout, and something about the family life, and maybe a recommendation of something, right? Like, I'm not going to dive into that, but just make sure you're sharing your health and fitness journey and, your daily life. And don't skip on call to actions. A call to action can be as simple as, like, oh, I have a group starting XYZ day. If you like these workouts, I can help you get started, whatever the wording you want to use. But make sure that if people are tapping your stories, and you're a coach because you want people to join your team, that this has changed your life, let them know that you have something to offer them. It's just not that you on your own working out at home. Like, let people know that I'm doing this, but so can you, right? So that's what CTA is. And then expand your network. Again, you can look in the unit section of Heart of Heroes if you don't know how to expand your network, but it just, it's working on growing your following. And, it could be something as simple as, friend requesting, friends that you have on social media. And obviously you don't want to, friend request all your Beachbodies friends but there's tons of ways to grow your network. Please check out, you can Google, like, how do Beachbody coaches grow their network. Like, you can learn how to do this business on YouTube, right? Like, I don't have to go over that right here, but you need to work on growing your network every single day and talking to new people, which I'll get into in a minute about the 5 brand new combos every single day. But connecting and networking with new people is how, over time, yeah, you might have X amount of followers now, but you need to keep growing it and growing it and growing it, so that way in 3, 6, a year, 2, 5 years from now, you're not still talking to the same people, right? So you have to work on that a little bit every single day. I mean, if you want to spend an hour a week doing it, right, and that's it, you want to cover those bases in a matter of a day, like, you can, like, you don't have to follow this, if you're the type of person that only has a little bit every single day to pour into your business, if you, instead of starting 5 new conversations on Monday because you're swamped, right? I used to work a 12-hour ER shift, and you have Tuesday off or whatever the case is, you think you can start 10 that day, go ahead and start 10 on Tuesday if you're completely checked out on Monday, right? But if you're busy every single day of the week, right, with your day job and your family life, if you want to see growth in your business, there has to be some sacrifice made, right? There has to be some investment made of your time, right? I've done it. All successful coaches have made some sort of sacrifice, right? Whether it's staying up an extra 30 minutes or an hour, whatever the case is, to do these actions, right? To help grow little by little, there has to be an investment, right? And the investment, it might cost you time, right, today, but it's going to pay off later on, right? The things that you do today in this business action tracker, you're not going to see results for months, sometimes easily 3 to 6 months. It just depends, right? When you're doing it consistently. And then starting 5 new conversations, right? Just, it could be something as simple as, commenting on somebody that you really like, and that you think that you have stuff in common with, commenting on their posts, on their stories, or just sending them a DM and introducing yourself, saying, and letting them know what they can expect from your page. That also helps keep you accountable to show up when you're sending people messages saying, hey, my name is so and so, list a couple of things about yourself that you're interested in. I hope to add some value, right? And I hope to connect, right? When you say those kinds, and this is what you can expect from my page, when you say those things, now you have to do what you said. You have to share. If you're saying you can expect, I like to share workouts and healthy meals and XYZ, if you're telling someone that in their DMs, that's what they can expect from your page, you better show up and do those things, right? So you can start conversations with people like that, like, hey, do we have, you tell them about yourself and do we have anything in common, right? So starting to network, starting to have conversations with people, so you're not strangers, right? Just online. And then what else we have? 3 invites to a challenge group. You'll also find resources here on our team page of wording and lingo you can use to invite to your challenge group. You can invite to a free group, right? Because that can serve as like a funnel, right? If you're not comfortable inviting people, if you're just brand new, especially if you're not comfortable inviting them to like buy a challenge pack, like full on challenge group, right? Invite them to one of our free groups, right? And for a week or two, you can create one of your own, or you can pair up with another coach and do them together, create a Facebook group. We have a ton of free Vimeo workouts from our programs that you can post one in there every single day. You can help, people have an idea of like how many servings of veggies and fruits and proteins and carbs and healthy fats to eat every single day. Give them a simple approach to like kind of, eating a few healthy meals, share some recipes with them, and you can do that all for free. And then it can serve as a funnel to, if people have a good experience with that, okay, you're done with the free group. Now, if you want to move forward and, you like the support, you like the community, you like the workouts, you want to, continue to, work on your health, the next step is, to invest in a challenge pack. So invitations can look like that as well. And then talking and inviting to the coaching opportunity, I only said one, it should be more than one, but I know that it can be scary to invite to the coaching and file section, there's lots of like lingo of what you can do. But in essence, when you approach someone that you think would be an amazing coach, right? It could be a challenger, or it can be somebody that you follow on social media. Excuse me. There's a rule of thumb, but a book called Go Pro. It's by Eric Worre, and he gives you 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. And you can use this with invites groups, but a couple tips of advice that he gives for inviting to something, right, that you're offering is create a urgency. So that can look like, hey, so and so, I just came across page. I'm in a bit of a hurry because I have to get my kids to volleyball practice, but I just wanted to invite you to XYZ. I think you'd be amazing at what I do, right? And then give them a resource, right, that they can get more information from. So like if I sent you a link to my team's, coach info webinar, would you watch it, right? And if they give you a commitment to watch it, then you set that time up with them and then be professional and follow up. So don't be scared to coach invite. Don't skip that, right? The more you do these activities and take action every single day, the more confidence that you're gonna have. And then following up. So follow-ups, it can be different types of follow-ups. It can be when you sent all the messages from yesterday of the new conversations and the invites, and let's say the time you allotted to do this action tracker is over. Now you have to tend to your other responsibilities. The next day when you plug in for those 30 or 60 minutes to do this, that's when you follow up on those messages. You have to protect your time, right? You have to protect it. You can't be answering messages, and I'm guilty of answering messages at all hours, right? But another thing I'm learning this year about harmony is to trust that the work I did is enough. And, when I'm back in, right, business hours the next day, I will follow up on those messages. Obviously, if it's like the end of the month or something like that, and there's urgency, maybe you have to, invest a little bit more time than you normally would to answering messages. But I remember working as a nurse, I sometimes just had to work in pockets, right? So if I had a bathroom break or a lunch break, maybe you allot those times for doing your follow-up part of your action tracker. In the morning, if you're getting ready in the morning, wake up an extra 10 minutes and, get your post out on social media, like right after you've worked out, right? There's just little ways that you can do these things every single day if you're intentional, right? Maybe set a timer on your phone to remind yourself to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, right? On different times of day, depending on your schedule. But the follow-ups can look like answering the messages of the invites from yesterday, answering messages of conversation starters from the day before, checking in with people that you sent an order link to if they haven't ordered, things like that. And then harmony. Harmony is really, really, really something that I'm also focusing on this year, is trusting the fact that the work I am doing today, you know, and the things that I'm seeking today, and the same things that we are seeking will come to us. We just have to trust, right, this process. And harmony, it doesn't mean balance. And I feel like when we get overwhelmed, you know, it's easy for us to say, well, I just need some balance in my life. And we completely like retreat and pull back and take a 30-day like social media break, right? And that's because some of us, you know, people that we are workaholics, right? We never give ourselves that daily dose of harmony. So what that looks like to me and to us on this tracker is writing down one thing that you're proud of. You can write down 2 or 3 things, right, that you're proud of every single day. If it's just as simple as completing the damn tracker, write it down. And don't skip your trust affirmations, right? There's a copy of them in the file section. Read them every single day to kind of like help you, you know, just strengthen that relationship and that partnership with yourself and the universe, that you believe that what you did for the day is enough to get you where you want to go tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And unplug, do something with your family, whatever that is. And then there's also for your restore activity, it could be a stretch or a walk or watching a show. There's a whole list of them in the file section as well, to give you some ideas for a restore activity. But and as you can see on Saturdays, Sundays, there's nothing. Obviously, if your program, you're working out and all that stuff on a Sunday, you'll continue to do that. But as far as like the hustle part with, you know, reaching out to people and all that, I didn't put that for Saturday or Sunday. Again, if you want to, you know, grow more, you can double your invites, double your conversations, triple them, you know, 10x them, whatever you want. This is just a healthy benchmark, especially for brand new coaches to push, right, themselves to grow their business. And that way you can start seeing results, you know, in the first, you know, few months of your business. I find that so many coaches go really, really hard in the very beginning of their business, especially when you're working in your warm market. And then you don't know how to bridge this gap to your cold market. Well, when you are doing, you know, these things, especially expanding your network regularly, I feel like it's going to be a lot easier. And a more of a, it's still always going to be challenges, but I feel like it's going to be more of an expected, right, transition, and a transition that, you know, you've been working on, right, to grow, right, grow through when it does happen. And when you get in the habit of doing these, you know, regularly, I'm confident that you are going to see results and growth in your business. You're going to grow your business confidence, and you're just going to freaking evolve, right? I want you to also, in your trust affirmations, say, I am not overwhelmed. I am growing and I am evolving, right? And don't skip the harmony part, because it's like your insurance policy, right? It's going to protect you from burnout. It's going to protect you from you know, a lot of brand new coaches, especially, like they want to run and they want to run. Sorry, I'm on a call. They want to run so hard that they've got the phone at the dinner table, and they've got the phone you know, out all your phone out all the time. And when you really implement the harmony part, I think it gives you this peace of mind to just check out and you know, focus on the present, right? When I went to my very first summit, almost just about 5 years ago, there was a very successful coach that spoke on stage, and I remember him saying, if you work this business on the fly, right, it's gonna be incredibly, like, I don't remember his exact words, challenging, like, to grow. So what does working this business on the fly mean? It means just like you're checking into social media without purpose, right? And another piece of advice I can give you is turn off like your notifications. I know that there's a lot of team chats, and you have to be really self-aware of when you find yourself checking into everything all the time. Is it really beneficial for you at the moment, right? And when you sit down to do your tracker, don't get distracted with anything else. Put timers on yourself if you need to. You have to figure out a way for you to stay focused so you can get in, do the work, and get out. This business is supposed to grow so it can give us life, not take away from it, but you still have to make that investment with your time and your effort, right? So, again, like I said before, I grew this business working 12-hour ER shifts. So I just had to, work in pockets, but be intentional. And I wish I would have been even more intentional early on. But I'm really hoping that this tracker helps you guys so that you can feel like you can make an impact